Well, well, well. Hello, everybody. Welcome to our Thursday webinar for Co-op Income. It is another beautiful day. Hello, Miss Nina, Miss Marina. Sorry about that. How are you?
I'm great. Thank you for asking. Better than I deserve.
Well, I can tell you for a fact that you deserve everything that you're getting right now because very few people are as charming and work as hard as you do. So welcome. I see Greg's just joined us as well. As many of you may not know, Miss Nina had an operation on Wednesday, so please show her some love. I was talking to her today. She is okay, which is good news. But the operation was on her mouth, so she's having some difficulty talking. But as I said, I was talking to her earlier today. She's doing better, and she's looking forward to getting back with us ASAP, and that'll probably be on Saturday's webinar. So I look forward to that. And as much as I know we all look forward to having Miss Nina back with us on the webinars with us on a regular basis. Mr. Greg, how you doing?
I'm doing great, thank you. Yeah, it's been quite a scorcher of a couple of days here in Cape Town, South Africa. So losing weight that way, and I'll take it.
Well, that's good for you. I guess if you want to be losing weight, then that's good for you. I'm losing weight, which is a good thing. And it's kind of funny because I went over to my dad, my mom and dad's on I don't know, Saturday or Sunday or whatever it was, and I said, "Look, I'm losing weight." And then they also said, "But I'm also losing weight here, and I don't want to lose weight here." So I don't know. It's like you give and take. And I'm pretty sure once I start exercising, which I haven't started yet, then I'll put on the muscles again. So I'm looking forward to that. So hopefully you're looking to lose that weight if that's what you're doing. And if you are, get some cayenne pepper, super hot cayenne pepper. Drink it with warm water. In the morning, don't eat anything else for 30 minutes. That could be your best tool. Did you start doing that, Miss Marina?
I did.
It hurts going in and going out, doesn't it?
But I actually enjoy it. I actually love hot stuff. It doesn't hurt. No, it burns the mouth a little bit, but yeah.
It's over in a moment.
Yes, yeah.
Yeah.
And the lemon juice.
Yeah. So as you hear, folks, we're all on more than one mission. Mission number one is to get the co-op, keep the Co-op Inc. building and building. Mission number two,
yeah. When you want to go into the beaches of the world, then you got to look for part two.
Right. Yeah. And I want to be on the beach.
I used to say, sorry for interrupting, when you're lying on the beach, my ex and I used to say the whales are singing, "We are family." It looks like a beach whale. That's changing.
I cannot imagine you having that problem, but I get it. And at least my dad wasn't saying, you better tuck that in or something, right? So it's all good. So folks, listen, man, we've got an exciting day as it is every day in co-op, but I got to tell you, we got good news, we got news, and we got news and more good news. So Miss Marina, what did we talk about just, I don't know, now 45 minutes ago?
Compression.
Right. And what'd you say you wanted to do?
Well, what you suggested, and I reckon was a great idea. So tonight, from my understanding, we are doing the compression on CoopInc 28 and 280. So for those of you who locked your positions in, tonight, just now, we're going to see the dashboard will be live. And then for COP 20, because there has been a few
Actually, hold on. Stop there for a minute. Okay. All right. So when we talked 45 minutes ago, I had a conversation with Marina 45 minutes ago, and I said, I think we need to delay the compression for Co-op 28 and Co-op 280. Marina said, no. Let's get this going, because me, I'm sure Greg as well, and I know Nina, because I talked to Nina as well after I spoke with Marina. Everybody wants us to do the Co-op 28 and the Co-op 280 compression. Everybody except for the 100 people that have been sending me messages. I even got a message from you, Marina, like 5 minutes ago, with somebody who didn't get in yet. Man, oh man, oh man. You know, and by the way, folks, you know, this puts me in a quandary, right? The quandary that it puts me in is that we want to get busy with it with the new Co-op 28 and the new Co-op 280 because it means more money for us, it means more fun for us, and it means a lot, right? But then, you know, I've got to weigh that against all of the messages that I've got. So I spoke to my programmers not less than 7 minutes, well, let's say 8 minutes ago. So I spoke to my programmers 2 minutes before they were supposed to release the 28 and the 280, and I said, hang on. Is it making me feel good? No. Is it making Marina feel good? No. But we have at least, and like, listen, I got one message. It's an emergency. It's an emergency. My people didn't get in yet. I tried to buy the tokens, blah, 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 blah. So because I am a compassionate person and because money, I put people before profits, I am going to acquiesce and listen to so many people that have sent a message asking us to delay the release of the Co-op 28 and the Co-op 280 because some people still want to get in. I'm not happy about it, but I'm going to do it for the people that have asked. But here's what I can tell you with absolute certainty, 100% certainty, 100% certainty. We're giving everybody 46 hours. 46 hours to get yourself locked in. 46 hours is going to take us until Saturday and the 10 a.m. Eastern time webinar. So Saturday at the 10 a.m. Eastern time webinar. As a matter of fact, you got less than 48 hours because it's going to happen about 15 minutes before the webinar takes place on Saturday. I am not going to push it back any further because we've got so many people that want to see this happening right now, like the people that are on with us. But like I said, this is a team effort. We are doing things as a team. We do things together. And look, like my phone's blowing up already, right? My phone is blowing up. Some people saying they're still not in. Other people saying, thank you. So anyways, depending on your perspective, that was good news. Now, I said we got good news, news, and not so good news. So actually I did the good news and I did the news. So the good news was that I'm going to hold off on the compression. The okay news was I'm going to hold off on the compression. So depending on your point of view, it was good for you and not so good for you. So it took care of good news and not so good news. I think of it as not so good news because I know how anxious everybody is, including myself, to get that ready. But listen, we're going to be doing this for the next until the day that we got our calling and we go visit all of our relatives and our friends and everybody else in that other distant universe. We're going to be doing Co-op Inc. We're going to be doing all of our co-op entities, and we're going to be living the life of luxury because of them. So we can wait another couple of days and give people that opportunity. I see it's kind of interesting. I see the hearts coming, but I think if we launched it, we'd probably see more hearts. What do you think, Miss Marina?
Absolutely, because people will start seeing their results, so their efforts.
Right,
you know?
exactly. So listen, folks, you got for three different things. You got 28 days. Three different things. One, you want to get yourself locked in. And by the way, hundreds of people have been renewing and locking themselves back. Or sorry, 100. You gotta renew your Co-op 20. So if you're log into your dashboard, find out who's lapsed, who's part of your team, and say, "Oh my gosh, look at Jerry's lapsed." Help them get unlapsed. So you got 46 hours to continue to unlapse your team. Because when we compress, they're out. And some of those teammates have, lots of teammates under them that have been earning them money. They're going to be out, right? So you don't want that to happen. You've got 45 and a half hours to lock in your Co-op Inc. 28 before we compress the free matrix and only move over the people that have paid for their co-op 28 and the same thing for their co-op 280, right? So you've got 45 hours to lock in your position for the co-op 28 and lock in your position for the co-op 280. On Saturday, we're moving everybody over. That's it. No more. So right now you have a few more days. You have another 45 hours, which is less than 2 days, folks. Less than 2 days. You got another 45 hours to get yourself locked in. And once again, it means that if this is the entire matrix and you're right here and you have teammates that are here and those teammates that are here lock in and you don't, your teammates are going to be up here and you're going to be down here. Don't let it happen to you. So get yourself locked in because it's important. Remember, it's a one-time out of pocket because when you have 3, yours is free. When you have 3 in the co-op 20, yours is free. When you have 3 personals in the co-op 28, yours is free. When you have 3 personals in the co-op 280, yours is free. And we'll go over that presentation on Saturday once again. I already know that Nina and Greg have been doing some presentations. I've been getting good feedback that they're doing great. So you guys understand that. And Miss Marina, I already know that she's doing her, she's doing her daily presentations. You know what, folks? Listen, I want you to do something for me. If you'd like to hear Miss Marina do a presentation on our corporate line, show me some love. Because she keeps giving me, oh, I'm not ready yet. Oh, I'm not ready yet. Let's call her out, folks. Look
I
at,
thought
yeah.
you guys loved me.
Wow.
No.
All right, Miss Nina, Miss Marina, you can't deny this. Everyone loves you and wants to see you. So it's got to happen next week. Is it going to happen next week?
It will happen next week.
There you go. You see all of that love that you're showing Miss Marina right now? It let her know that you want to see her and hear her doing one of these presentations. And by the way, folks, I've heard her doing her private presentations for her teams and stuff like that. She's got nothing to be fearful of. She is a studette and she's going to continue to do fantastic. So we look forward to it. And speaking about our webinars, listen, guys, we keep going back and forth on these webinars because this is more news that we're going to share. And by the way, something else before I get to that, we are going to do a Q&A and because we aren't doing everything else that we're going to do. So today we're going to do a Q&A. Write your questions down, throw them in I don't know where you got to throw them, but throw them wherever you need to throw them. We are going to do a Q&A today.
Q&A.
So Q&A, we're going to give people an opportunity to ask their questions. I'm here. We're going to answer those questions for people. So we are going to do that today. And getting back to the schedule. So I had wanted to do webinars Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and Sunday. Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and what day am I missing? Oh yeah, just those 5 days. I wanted to do those live webinars at 8 o'clock and at 2 p.m. and 8 o'clock. We've been getting some feedback that people would rather have 2 webinars on Sunday, 2 webinars on Tuesday, 2 webinars on Thursday, and our Saturday training. So that's what we're going to do. Here's what I can tell you. It doesn't mean that we're not going to be doing webinars because people are doing right now. There's other webinars going on. Last hour, there were other webinars going on. Next hour, there's going to be other webinars going on. So there's webinars going on all over the world being put on by individuals just like yourselves. We will have put in the dashboard the presentation so that you've got it there and you can use it and do your own table talk presentations and hold your own presentations. Part of the training that we're going to do is going to show you how to do those training presentations. So that should be in the dashboard by Saturday, along with a few other things. So that should be back there. So we're gonna do the webinars on Tuesday and Thursday, and the 2 o'clock is changing to 12 noon Eastern time. because that 2:00 webinar used to be from a global perspective, but we now have a 2:00 webinar, which is supposed to be for North America, and we've got the 8:00 webinar, which is for the other side of the world. 2:00 is not a great time to have a webinar here in North America because it's 2:00 in the afternoon on the East Coast, which means that most people, if you've got a job, if you unfortunately have a job, then most people are in their job. And on the West Coast, it's 11:00 in the morning. Again, most people, if you have a job, you're working. So we're moving it to noon. You'll see some emails coming out, but we're moving it to noon as our standard time moving forward, because that's lunchtime for the people on the East Coast. And there's a lot of us, including myself. And it's 9 a.m. for people on the West Coast. And where Marina is in South Africa, it's 7 p.m. So that's a good time for her. And again, it's like 9 p.m. if you're in India. So it's a good time for the other side of the world as well. And then that 8 p.m. is good for people in the Philippines because it's like 8 a.m. in the morning, and people in China and people in Australia and so on and so forth. And people in Australia, it's anywhere from 8 a.m. in the morning to 11 a.m. in the morning. So those times are gonna fit well. We'll also have our recordings that will be there so they can be shared 24/7. So there's lots going on. Miss Marina, what would you like to say to people right now?
Hey, sorry, I had to find the mute button. I'm looking forward to the time changes as well. And as I discussed with David, I will be doing presentations as well. So for those of you who are in Europe and the UK, same sort of time as South Africa, we can still have a presentation in the week. I will be doing it on YouTube Live as well. So the presentations that I'll be doing will be in the afternoon for South Africa. So there's no excuse. There will always be a different time zone that people can, lock into and look forward to. So if the presentations for corporate are on a Tuesday and a Thursday, for example, then I will do the presentation on Monday, Wednesday, and probably Friday for between 12 and 1 o'clock. So like David was saying, lunchtime is a good time. Keep it short so people can hop on during the lunch hour when they're going in the car for eat their lunch there. They can hop onto a meeting at 12 thereabouts. And I think that will work. So we'll cater for everyone. And if there is anyone else that wants to do presentations, please reach out to us so that I know Teng is wanting to do the Filipini. I think he is already doing it because I
think so too. He sent me a couple of videos as well, a couple of short videos that he's done.
Okay, awesome. So yes, that's awesome. So eventually we'll have them in all different languages as we grow and people get the confidence and say, I'll do it in Spanish, I'll do it in German, I'll do it in this, and then we can slot you in. And also for the translation of the PDF into other languages, because we are here to help everyone. And I know it's difficult when you're not reading or getting the content in your native tongue. We want to try and make it as easy for everyone to understand this business. So yeah, I'm exciting times. And I was speaking to a few people, and if it wasn't for this business, I wouldn't have been. When I say it's life-changing, it truly has been. You just got to apply yourself. At one point I was ready to give up, a few months ago, and I thought, oh no, it's so difficult. People are not getting these free people. But then suddenly it's like I remembered what I keep telling everyone: if it's going to be, it's up to me. And I literally started all over again. And if that's the place that you're in, where the people that you brought in, maybe you paid it forward for them, they promised to do whatever, and they've done nothing. So what? Move on and find the right people, because it will come, and there's no reason for them not to join this business because the system works. The system is paying. We're getting cash flow daily as long as your team is growing. So, I would definitely encourage you all to pick up the pieces, dust yourself off, and start again if you have to. And don't get despondent, because you just got to push through.
And with that note that you just mentioned, Marina, what we are doing is brand new. No one's ever seen it before. And because no one's ever seen it before, they think that we are like those other things that they've seen before. We're not. We're way, way different. And, you know, I understand where some of you are coming from, because we've been making some changes to the presentation. You know, we were adding the new levels. You know, there's been a lot of changes going on in the last 2 months, all for the better, by the way. So there's been changes that have been going on for the last 2 months. So some people are wondering, well, what's going to change next, right? So I actually understand where people are coming from when they say that they haven't got their 3 yet, because not everybody is like Marina. Not everybody is like Greg. Not everybody is like myself, where we can see the big picture. You know, so a lot of people are looking at it, and because they haven't been involved for a very long period of time, they're looking at this and they're thinking, oh, what's going to happen? What's next? You know, is this going to be like what I was in last week? Is this going to be what I was in last month or the month before or whatever, right? It's not. And you guys haven't had the same opportunity to be working with me for a long period of time like Marina has. You haven't had the opportunity to be working with me with a lot of the teammates that I have. Like, I'm getting messages as soon as Marina mentioned different languages. I got 6 messages. And those 6 messages, 3 were from Spanish people and 3 were from other languages, right? They're willing to jump in with both feet because they've seen and worked with me in the past. You guys haven't. Here's what I can tell you right now to be 100% fact. 100% fact, not 99% fact, not 80% fact, 100% fact. We've got the greatest opportunity ever created for people like us that want to be entrepreneurs and want to earn an income that allows us to eat more than just craft dinner, right? This is the opportunity for us. You're going to see that in the next coming weeks. You're going to see that in the next coming months. And some of the people that had sort of, you know, they paid their $20 and then they took a back seat to wait and see what happens. They're going to come back because this just makes way too much sense for them not to join us. And when you look around, you see business failure after business failure after business failure. And just in the last 3 months, there have been some major business failures. Businesses that have literally millions of people in them. And they were here they've been here, they've been making promises for months and months and months, some of them for years, and they didn't keep those promises, and they're gone. Right? So we understand. I understand exactly where you're coming from, and I can empathize with you. And that's why I keep working as hard as I do. That's why I keep listening when people say we need another 24 hours. That's why I keep listening when people say, hey, listen, why don't we make this happen? Or why don't we make this happen? It's because I've been in your shoes, right? And because I've been in your shoes, I want you to win as much as I wanted to win when I was in your shoes. And that's why I keep working so hard. So I'm with you. So even the people that quit, you still got my support, because I know that it's not because the business doesn't work. It's because we haven't provided you with enough understanding yet to get you to say yes and jump in with both feet. Here's what else I can tell you is that I got something else in my mind right now, something that I've been working on during this period of time that's going to give every man, woman, and child an opportunity to say yes to exactly what we're doing here right now. Everyone. It's going to give everyone the opportunity to say yes. And you guys are going to love it. I'm not going to say too much right now, but I can tell you, you guys are going to love it. So with that being said, again, even for the people that have asked really weird questions, and even for the people who haven't gone and gotten started yet, and for the people that might have even said some bad things about me, I still care about you. I'm still here to support you. And when you're ready, you've got my support, you got Marina's support, you got Greg's support, and you got the rest of the team's support, because we are a team. And I look at you guys the same. I don't have a brother. I don't have a sister. I'm an only child. So if I had a brother, I would look at you guys like I would with a brother. But I have cousins, and my cousins, we fight, right? And when we fight, he punches me in the nose or I punch him in the nose. We get back up. We shake hands. We give each other a hug, and we get back at it. So I treat you guys the same way as if you were one of my family. I got your back. Even when you don't think I do, I got your back. So, Greg, what do you have to say?
Mute. Very exciting. You know, every time you mention that something exciting is coming along, I know that it is in our best interest.
And by the way, when I mention something exciting is coming along, has it ever not come along?
It has always come along, and that's
it
why
always comes along.
It always happens, yeah. So that's something to get really excited about. And you know, there's some comments and it's like, oh no, something new. It's like, because it is for our best interest.
Oh, by the way, all right. So, all right, hold on. Let me, all right, everybody stop hyperventilating.
Yeah. Calm down.
The new that I've got for you. The new that I've got for you is not going to change the systems, right? We are 100% locked in with Co-op Inc. in those three systems at the 20, the 28, and the 280. 100% locked in. The plan is not going to change. The matrices are not going to change. 100% locked in. We are also 100% locked in Co-op Business. We got a 28 and we got a 280 there. Not going to change. And we are going to market Co-op Income by itself. We are going to market Co-op Business by itself. And people will have the opportunity to get into one or another and interchange. And whoever your teammates are in Co-op Inc., they're also your teammates should you go to Co-op B. So we've got all that covered. None of that stuff is going to change. So I didn't mean to rattle you guys and get you to hyperventilate, because trust me, man, the way our systems are right now, the two systems that we've got right now, the matrices that we have, Co-op Inc. it's like my firstborn, because Co-op Inc. is Co-op Crowd, as you probably already know. Like, all we did was change the name from Co-op Crowd to Co-op Inc. because it makes sense. But Co-op Inc. is Co-op Crowd. It's like my firstborn. I still comb its hair. I still give it a haircut. You know, I still do. I still love it. Right? So it's not going to change. The way we are right now, my goodness. Listen, folks. And I've said this a few times. When I started my mission to create the perfect system a couple of decades ago, I imagined a system that 100% of the people could use. In my wildest imaginations, in my greatest imagination, it would have been impossible for me to think that we could, that I, and with the help of, you know, the suggestions from our teammates, that we could have a business as great as Co-op Income and Co-op Business. I could never imagine in my wildest dreams that we would have something so great that truly is an opportunity for 100% of the people to use and share and make happen. Folks, these systems that we have right now, they are perfect. And if you put people in a room, if you put the greatest minds in the room, and let's say you were able to make some of these great minds come back to life and put them in a room and said, come up with something that helps all of the people, they couldn't have thought of what we've got going on here with Co-op Income and Co-op Business. Man, oh man, it's a blessing for us all. You guys don't know it yet, but listen, it is a blessing for us all. So take a deep breath, not changing any of the plans, not changing any of the systems, not opening up new matrices, not doing that at least until the earliest, the second quarter of 2024. We've got these ones nailed in. They're exactly the way we want. So when I say I've got something new for you, it's just new ways to help you make money, like new marketing tools and marketing strategies. So it's not changing the matrices at all, just marketing strategies and things that I think are going to help you. So little short videos, social shares, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Those are the type of things that I'm talking about right now.
Great. You see, excitement. That's what you're going to get excited about. But just to touch on just two things that I would really like to mention to everybody here, because there is a Q&A session, but just for encouragement, and Marina mentioned that she's had to hit the reset button. I was also going through the same thing, health scares and things like that, but now back on the bandwagon, you have to hit the restart button. Just two things that and some research that I did, and I mentioned this in our training on Saturday, was the one is, we like to say that we want to treat this like a business, right? And yes, it is a business, and you're in business for yourself, but not by yourself. But if you treat it like a job, and you have to turn up every day, you have to arrive, you have to put in the effort every single day, because if you had to go to your job and go and do your work, you would pitch up every day. You would have to, otherwise you don't get paid. But in this scenario, if you're the business owner, and if you decide that just take the day off or take it easy today, you're not going to get paid. But you're a business owner, so if you treat it like a job until it pays you like a business, then you'll be the one that's smiling. So if it's just a change of mindset. And the second thing that I want to touch on is, from the very beginning of my exposure to the co-op universe, I just suddenly reminded of something, and this is directly David, you're the epitome of this. And there's a saying that goes, there is no substitute for enthusiasm. So if you are struggling trying to get your message across, if you do it with enough enthusiasm, even if you say something slightly wrong that you can go back to and go and refer to, or you don't know everything, but if you are enthusiastic about this opportunity, and trust me, it is something to be enthusiastic about, you will definitely see two changes happen. Number one, in your own attitude, and number two, in your results. Because even if we were talking about nuclear fission, if we were talking about baking a cake, if we are talking, no matter what we are talking about it, if you do it with enough enthusiasm, people will listen to you and people will follow you. And thank you, David, for just reminding me of that. And the word enthusiasm wasn't mentioned, but every time we see you, you're so enthusiastic about this business that we want to run through the walls afterwards. And that is what we need to be able to create with this opportunity, because it is that big. And yeah, I'm so looking forward to getting stuck in, assisting Marina in those daily meetings in the earlier part of the days also, and hit that reset button and turn up for your job tomorrow, and just see the difference in your attitude and how it is going to change everything for yourself, for your team, and most importantly, for that co-op wallet over there, where you're going to see those dollars just flying in there.
Yeah. And that's great. Thank you very much. As you see, I brought Arne onto the panel as well, and I brought him onto the panel. And the only reason he wasn't here, because I forgot right away. But you mentioned the word job. I actually hate the word job, but you just brought it up. Arne said, "Listen, David, we have to start sending out emails and talk about this as a job." And I said, "No way! I'm not going to talk about this as a job." But the truth of the matter is that people are used to having a job, right? And even when you're working for yourself, you still have a job to do. And if you don't do that job, you're not going to get paid, right? So looking at, and I've also talked on a number of occasions about, treat this like you would your job, because when you have a job, you know that you're not going to get paid if you don't go in to do your job, right? So, folks, treat it like a job. You have to treat it like a job, because it's the only thing that you can equate with work and getting paid, right? most people equate getting paid with a job. So if you have to equate it to the same thing as a job, if you're not working right now, pretend this is your job and you got an 8-hour day ahead of you. And if you do that for a week, you do that for a month, you will have done all the work that you need to do from that job to keep getting paid, because in Co-op Inc., we create a predictable, ongoing, passive income, and we call it pop income. And the only way to get to that pop income is to do your job. Arne, what say you?
Hello.
Yo, yo, yo.
Yo, yo, yo. Yeah.
You would think you've been to Hawaii or something. Because when I went to Hawaii, that's what everyone's doing, right?
I'm a rocker.
Yeah, and a rocker too.
I'm a rocker in my heart.
Yeah.
Well, job, yeah. Yes, I was mentioning that for you because I am active in several social media like LinkedIn, for example, where everything is about job. And there is a lot of people who are looking for jobs out there. And they are not looking for directly income. They are looking for a job, right? But everybody is looking for income. It's just the human mind is not, it's not made up like that. You don't think I'm looking for money. I'm looking for something to do, because that is what they have been told, right? You have to get, you have to work to earn money. So people, the mindset are fixed on job work. That's why. But on the other hand, we can get them in as a job. I remember I mentioned to you that if we could use the word hiring in some way, then we can reach.
And by the way, you can, because today, as a matter of fact, when you look at Time Warner, one of the biggest companies in the world,
Yeah.
When they hire salespeople, they actually hire salespeople using a form of network marketing when they're hiring people, because they train you, and you get paid, you don't get paid a salary, you get paid for commissions, right? And they train you to train other people, to train other people, to train other people, and they pay you in a network marketing format, right? So everyone's doing it these days.
Like that one, that gave me an idea. So now I will start to hire. Absolutely. And you know what I'm going to do after I have got them in? I am going to change their mindsets from getting a job to have fun and play and have a vacation, treat their co-op business as a vacation. Because what did you do? What did everybody do when we was small kids? We couldn't wait to get up in the morning, right, and go out and play. Nobody, it was not a bell who said, ding, 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 you had to get up because you have to go to play. No, you wake up before the right, and you just run out. So that is what we have forgot to do.
You know what the thing is that, you see, when people actually understand what we've got here, because, I've been getting up the last week, I've actually been getting up. Usually I get up sometime between 5:30 and 6:30. The last week I've been getting up between 3:45 and 5 a.m. I want to change that. I want to get back to 5:30 to 6:30. I don't think I like getting up at 4 a.m. anymore. So I got to change that back. I don't know what it is. I just wake up, right? So I got to change that back. But the thing is that, we've got to get people to understand that this is actually fun, right? It may be our job, but it's a job that we love. And if you read all of the books from all of the greatest motivational speakers around the world, they say, if you're doing if your job is doing what you love, then it's not going to be a problem doing it. And folks, as we continue along this journey together, you're going to find that you're going to fall in love with Co-op Inc. And the reason why you're going to fall in love with Co-op Income and Co-op Business is because you're going to be doing what you love. It's not just the money that you're making that makes you fall in love with Co-op Income. That's one thing, and that certainly is a great start. But the other thing that makes you fall in love with Co-op Inc., and Marina's seeing this every day. Look at that smile is infectious. It's on her face every single minute of every single day right now. And it's on her face because when her phone rings, when she gets a message from somebody, it's not somebody saying, why did you get me into this? It's somebody saying, oh my God, thank you for getting me into this. Oh my God, this month I was able to pay my rent without stress. Oh my God, I paid my phone bill. Oh my God, thank you, because I didn't know how I was going to pay this bill at the end of the month. I thought I was going to lose my car. My car is saved. So every message that you're going to get is from somebody saying thank you. And if they aren't saying thank you, they're saying, can you help me? Right? They aren't saying why. They say thank you or can you help me? And by the way, when somebody is saying, can you help them? That's as good as a thank you, because it's helping them get to where you are, right? So listen, man, you're all going to get to that point at some time where you're looking forward to looking at your next message.
Let me say
You're
something.
looking forward to logging into your dashboard and pushing that refresh button, because it's going to go from $118 to $205, or from $205 to $1,400. You're going to love hitting that refresh button, and you're going to love Co-op Inc. and Co-op Business. What were you going to say, Arne?
In 1999, I've been a musician since I was.
You're really old, aren't you?
Oh, shit. I don't look so old. Yeah, I'm 54, by the way. But I have been a musician my whole life, right? And in 1999, for the second time, I have been a professional musician from the late 80s too. But then I become a hobby again. So I was a welder. That is what I was. I built boats and I iron worker and everything like that. I jump off everything in 1999 and I went professional again as a musician, and I turned my hobby into my living, right? And that is what I have been doing ever since. So if we meet people here who have businesses, they just want to fund their business with something else, an extra income, right? So it become their hobby. But when they see the income in this, their existing business cannot match it, and then they will actually turn their hobby into their
passion.
Yeah. So you do what you love, as you say. It's a hobby. Somebody like to run in the mountains, right? As a hobby. Well, you can make that too as a business. If you make people join you for your trips, because only you know how to don't go wild out there, right? So you join people. So I treated my hobby, I changed my hobbies into my living. And so I do with Co-op Business. Because when I met the Co-op crowd, I didn't have any job after this Corona thing and lockdown, so I jumped into it. But if I still had my music then, Co-op Business would have been my hobby for a short while until I have made it my living. Of course. So look at it as a hobby if you're doing something else, but have fun with your hobby and learn to love it.
And what Co-op Inc. allows you to do is it allows you to make enough money so that you can actually do your hobbies as often as you want. Because, if you had all the money that you needed and wanted, you'd probably still be playing music because that's what you love, right? And
I would have my studio, my music studio.
Exactly. And that's
so much more doors.
Right. And that's the thing that's the difference, right? We do the things that we love instead of the things that we have to do. And only, they say that money can't buy happiness, which it may be true, but it certainly gets you pretty close, right? And when you have money, you can actually create your own happiness. And you can create a happiness that you cannot do if you don't have money. Will you love your wife just as much with or without money? I hope so, right? Because it's not about money. Will you love your kids just as much with or without money? I hope so, because it's not about money. But what it does is what money does is it allows you to actually do more things to show them how much you love them. And that you can't do if you don't have money. And money causes stress. Money causes stress, and it causes anxiety, and it causes illness. Or lack of money causes stress and anxiety and illness. Money, I was talking to a friend. I had a friend over yesterday, and I hadn't seen her for about 3 weeks because she had a cold, right? And I kept saying that to come over because I've got some stuff that'll help her out, vitamins and stuff. And an hour after she was here, I'd given her vitamin C, I gave her vitamin D, I gave her several other vitamins. And within an hour, she wasn't sniffing as much, right? And it was probably because she's seeing me, right? Because, I put a smile on people's faces, right? But the thing is that, I gave her the proper vitamins, and only money can allow you to get the proper vitamins, right? So I gave her the proper vitamins, and it helped her. And today she sent me a message today. She's feeling just as good. Actually, she's feeling even better because she continued to take them today, right? So money does things that if you don't have it, you can't do, no matter how much you want to. So money allows you to do things money's transportation, right? That's the way I look at it. Money is used as transportation. It's not about greed, it's about need. So anyways, with that being said, Arne, thank you for those words of wisdom. Greg, I hate to admit it. Somebody used the word job, and I actually agreed with them this time. Man, oh man. You know what, Greg? I'm gonna say to you what I said to my buddy Keith. Keith and I have known each other for a long time. One of the things that I tell Keith all the time is that I'm always right. And we were on our way to the airport one time. He's leaving from his place, I'm leaving from my place, and it's like 6 o'clock in the morning. And I said, we're going to Terminal 3. He said, no, we're going to Terminal 1, right? And I always tell him that I'm right. So anyways, we get off the phone, and I looked on my boarding pass, and sure enough, we're going to Terminal 1. So he was right and I was wrong. So I called him up and I said, yo, Keith, how you doing? He said, I said, you're right. And I said, don't let it happen again. And I hung up on him. So Greg, don't let it happen again. But anyways,
get into questions. Sorry, I just want
to... let's get to them. And by the way, I see Alan's got a whole long question there. So let me answer part of that for him. So the answer to your question is, Alan, yes, we're going to show how the various cooperatives work and how much money you can earn in those cooperatives. I'm not going to do it step by step like we were doing before, but I'm going to show people what they can expect. I came up with another way of showing that, which is really good. Go ahead, Marina.
Yeah, I just wanted to share a testimony that happened today.
Cool.
My daughter is in this job that she hates. Literally, what she was assigned for is not what she's doing. And she said, Mom, I feel like a butterfly in a cage, like a bird trapped in a cage. She wants to just get out. She's very arty, so she wanted to open her own or continue focusing on her arts and crafts business, which is going to make so much money. But because she's overextended herself with loans and everything, she can't, and she couldn't resign until she's got this in place. And then I've asked her exactly what she needed, like what's the story? And she showed me her Excel spreadsheet, and everything was to the T. So I said, so what you're telling me, and I'm speaking dollar terms now because for the sake of this call, is she needed $1,630, which she couldn't get. And if she got that by December, she would, have made that money tenfold. Like the profit in this little business that she's in is amazing. So I sent her money while we were on the call. She was saying, Mom, I wish I could resign. I'm so miserable. I don't know what to do. And anyway, so I said, have a look at your bank account. And she said, yeah, Mom, I've only got like 500 Rand. I mean, like that's how broke she was, And she said, what? She started crying and she said, Mom, This is like an angel investor. Tomorrow, I'm going to resign. I'm going to take this money. I'm going to buy the stuff I need, the equipment I need, get the staff I need to get this out. And she was literally crying from joy. And she's resigning tomorrow. And I would not have been able to help her if it was not for this business. So I just feel truly blessed that I could bless my daughter to get out of a toxic work environment that she hated, pretty much felt like copy paste in a small cubicle. And now she can be out at the markets and the fairs that she loves doing with this great business, making people happy around the world.
Like, I mean, you can't buy that type of joy. That's not that type of joy is not because you made more money. That type of joy is because you made more money, but you don't expect to feel the way that you feel when you're able to do those things until you're actually able to do those things and you experience it. So folks, just as I was saying, listen to what Marina just said. And what Marina just said is that she was able to provide her daughter with the money, the $1,600 with the money so that she could quit her job and do her passion. Folks, come on. Does it get any better than that? I think not. That is what I'm talking about. That's fantastic.
It just made me so happy to help, and I would always say giving is the most selfish thing you can do because it makes you feel so good. It really does. So, okay, back to questions, right?
That's awesome. That's awesome. That is so awesome.
Right. So, Will Henry, explain for everyone. What
Yo, Will, how you doing, bro?
When you say we're moving everybody over.
Okay, good. As a matter of fact, you see, I have my iPad and I usually keep it over there. But I said, let me keep it beside me today. I have a feeling I'm going to need it. Didn't think I was going to need it, but I had a feeling. So I'm going to show you. Close that. Do that. By the way, I told everybody I did grade 3 in school. So when you see my printing, my big block printing, don't start laughing. So can everybody see that? Yeah. On one side, you got you've got the cooperative, the free cooperative, which has a whole bunch of people in there. And on the other side, you have the paid cooperative, and we'll assume that that's the 28 and the 280. Can you see spots in that free matrix? So those spots represent the people that paid. And as you see, some of those spots are way down at the bottom of the free cooperative. When we compress, all of the people that paid will move over into the paid cooperative, and it will only have paid people in it. So now I'm going to show you what the paid cooperative is going to look like. So that's what the paid cooperative is going to look like, right? So if you were way down here and you paid, you're now going to be way up there. So you would have leapfrogged and jumped over the people that haven't paid yet. So that's the difference of being in the free cooperative and the paid cooperative. And that's why you want to get in there now, because if you don't do anything, it's not going to make a difference. But if you are a busy person and you're with busy people, which are what most of those people are that are moving over that paid cooperative, then all kinds of exciting things happen because you're already over here. If somebody who was part of your team down here pays, they're coming back in under you over here. Right? So you're going to benefit even though you didn't invite that person because they were part of your team. So you can you don't just simply get help from above, you also get help from below. So you can get, by being in there, there's just so many things that can happen. And think about it as the decades pass by, as the years pass, as the months pass by and the years pass by. You see, this is going to grow, right? That's going to grow. All these people are growing in under you because you took the opportunity. Whoops. You took the opportunity today to position yourself, which you're not going to be able to do tomorrow. Can you pay tomorrow? Yes. Can you pay tomorrow and be up in that higher level before the rest of your team? If some of your teammates already got in before you, no, right? So you want to get in there now to protect your business, right? It's like buying insurance. You know, the insurance is that, you know, if something happens, you know, you want to, to your car, you have insurance so that the car gets paid for, right? This is buying your insurance, that if any of your teammates come in after you, then you're already in there and you're going to benefit from them. Was that a good explanation? Or is there a way that maybe it could be explained better?
No, I think it was pretty good.
All right, cool. All right.
All right.
Will, say yay or nay if that helped you to understand.
Yeah. Anonymous is asking, how can we print the scripts and the flyers? I'm not sure which scripts and flyers you're referring to.
You'll have them. You'll be able to download them from your dashboard. You can't yet, but you will be able to download them from your dashboard. I've been with the team. That's why I'm getting up at 4 o'clock in the morning. With the team, we've been starting to put together our marketing materials and stuff like that. So you'll have those things next week.
Okay, and then Evergreen is saying, just wondering why his account or their account was debited 3 times for CoopInc 28 on the 1st and then 2 times on the 16th. What should I do? Wait for IT to correct it, or must he send support a message?
Just send support a message, because that's not something that happens. So maybe you might have forgot that you maybe purchased more than 1 token. Maybe you paid it for a couple of teammates. But whatever it is, send a message through to support, and they'll answer your question for you.
Okay, thanks. Our phone saying, hello. How can I make this simple? I love it, but it's complicated. It's taken me weeks to get set up. I'm not sure why it's taken you weeks to get set up. It's maybe if you didn't have a crypto wallet, and that might have taken weeks to get, understanding of that.
Yeah, well, hang on. Let me address that question. Let me address that question, right? And I put a post on my Facebook page last week. I don't know when it was, but I put a post on my Facebook page last week, and somebody posed it was something that Henry Ford said, and Henry Ford said that if he would have listened to what the people were saying, then he would have got faster horses instead of building the car, right? So listen, you've got to get with the times. So no, we're not going backwards. We're going to keep going forward, and that's why we're able to do the things that we can do right now, because we have been progressing. You need to keep up with the progression, because the entire world right now is going digital. The U.S. has already launched their digital coin. They've launched it on a small scale in 3 of their banks. Many countries have already gone digital. They have their digital currency already, and the entire world is going digital. So you need a digital wallet. And I can tell you for a fact that setting up your digital wallet and buying cryptocurrency is actually easier than setting up a PayPal account. And I know this to be fact, but I also know to be fact. So listen, I'm not saying that it's easy, because it's not. Nina and I last Saturday, we were on a webinar together for 3 hours, right? Trying to make things go. And we actually had things set up in our dashboard, which made it a little more complicated than it needed to be. And once we got it figured out, oh my goodness, I couldn't believe it. It literally takes seconds. Well, not seconds. Well, yeah, it takes seconds to actually get it set up and make the payment. It takes like under a minute. then you got to wait for a few minutes for the transaction to happen. But it's actually very easy. And for the person that asked that question, we're going to have some videos in the dashboard, but you do need to advance. We don't want to go backwards, because backwards, we'll probably start riding horses again. So we want to keep going forward, because that's where we all need to be, including yourself. So when you approach something new, like co-op income, for example, when you approach something new, approach it with enthusiasm and an open mind, instead of, oh my God, I got to learn something new in a closed mind. Because when you approach it with a closed mind, saying, oh my God, I can't learn this, it's going to be trouble for you. But when you approach it with an open mind, you're going to look at it a little differently. And the thing is that, for MetaMask, for MoonPay, for Coinbase, for all of these cryptocurrency wallets that are out there, they all have videos online that you can watch. And if you take the time to watch them, you're going to find that it's actually pretty easy. So what was his name, Marina?
Anonymous.
Oh, Anonymous. Oh, Anonymous. You don't say. Anyways, it's easy. It's not difficult. It's easy. And now I know why he's anonymous, because he's asking foolish questions like that.
Oh, yeah, sorry. It's our phone, to make it simple. Yeah.
iPhone.
Our phone.
So
We
that's
don't have
anonymous.
your name. Yeah.
That's also anonymous, right? So is it an iPhone 15, an iPhone 14, an iPhone 12? That one sounds like it's probably an iPhone 8.
I don't know. Okay. Right. So our phone has also asked another question. When will there be just calls on how to master the back office, how to work it? So I will on Monday.
Hey, hold on. Let me answer that question. By the way, you don't have to ask me all the questions because mastering the back office, folks, you can't break anything, right? Just go back there and click on the buttons. You click on the buttons and say, what's this? You click on the button, you'll find out, right? And if you click on the next button, you click on the next button, the next button, the next button, put some names in there. Don't be afraid to go back there and click on the buttons until we've provided you with things, because you can't break anything, and it's not going to, it doesn't automatically take money from you, because there's steps to make that happen, right? So don't be afraid to click on the buttons that are back there. And one of the reasons why we didn't have the tutorials back there is because if we made the tutorials, we'd have to make them all over again with the new changes that we've made to the dashboard. So once we load that new dashboard on Saturday, then we can go ahead and start making the tutorials, and it'll be, you'll have something back there that'll help you to understand it.
Yeah, but what I was going to say is on Monday, I just thought it's a good time to have a team meeting, onboarding, and just going, an overview through the back office.
Did you say on Monday?
On Monday at 1 p.m. Eastern time.
I will be. Now, is this one that you're going to do, or do you think we should do it from a corporate perspective?
Well, either or. I was going to just do a team meeting when everyone's invited, like onboarding.
It's going to be a big party, isn't it?
Yes, because we haven't had one in a while, and if you're new, it's always nice just to be shown this is what you do, this is how you update your profile, and all the rest of it, and this is where you find team members and things. So yes, Monday.
Here's what I'm going to do, Marina. Now that you've brought that up, because we don't want it to just be for your team. When you brought it up on the corporate,
everyone.
So here, I know, but we need to use the corporate link. So we'll use the corporate link. And we'll do it for everybody. I'll be there. The rest of the gang will be there, and we'll share in that joy of sharing the new dashboard with everybody.
Okay, that's cool. Thank you. All right. And then Tang is saying that he's added funds to his Coop wallet. It says that it's completed, but
Tang said that he added funds.
Yes.
Oh no. Tang, I wanted to thank you. I used those funds for lunch. Is that okay? I said that to Tang because listen, Tang sends me more messages than he sends his wife.
Okay, well, hopefully you can answer his question.
Yeah.
All right. And then Marissa's asking, with compression, does it only affect your team, or is there somehow will you be able to get spillover from someone else?
Huh?
Is it possible, meaning if I have a few people in my team, can I inherit somebody outside of my team when the compression gets done?
Well, you don't inherit them, but you can benefit from. So instead of just benefiting from your own team, because remember, everything is compressing up, right? So all kinds of wonderful things can happen. And you can attest to that, Marina. And I think even Greg, you can, because you're part of Marina's team. So you got some spillover before you even had a chance to get busy with it. So yeah, listen, there's no guarantee what's going to happen, but there is two things that are 100% fact, is that if you upgrade right now, the likelihood of something happening positive for you are high. If you don't upgrade, the likelihood of something happening for you are zero, right? So it's in your best interest to upgrade now if you have the wherewithal to be able to do so. And by doing so, it does mean that people that you don't even know that are there may come in under you, because it goes from being this wide to being this wide, but it's still drawing from that whole database down there. So things can happen while you're still trying to figure it out.
Okay, and then Maze is asking a question which I could answer, but I just wanted everyone to hear. What about the paid ones for COP 20? Do we need to move from COP 20 to COP 28 or do both? Definitely recommend lock your position in for COP 28. Get your team to do the same. Compression takes place on
Saturday,
and everyone in your team, ideally, because as soon as it's $28.42. That's what it's going to cost you to lock your position in, and your team follows you through, and suddenly you now have 2 income streams, more than doubling your earnings. And
way more than doubling, because it goes from a 3 by 10 level. Right, because it goes from a 3 by 6 to a 3 by 10, and it's the same people that are in your 3 by 6 that are also feeding your 3 by 10.
Yeah, because
so
I know for a fact with COP 20, I worked, my team got busy and we worked right up to 10 levels, but I only saw up to 7. People that I'm dealing with on a regular basis, they're not even in my cooperative on COP 20. But once we
you see them now in your co-op 28.
You will see them in COP 28, but make sure that everyone goes into COP 28. You'll be shooting yourself in the foot if you don't. It's a small sacrifice to make now, but get in and get your team in on COP 28 at least. Minimum.
Right. And it's the exact same thing in co-op 28 as it is in co-op 20. Free, right? So, and it could be the exact same 3 people that are in your co-op 20 that helped you to become free in co-op 20 that are helping you become free in co-op 28 and co-op 280. So you want to be there as quickly as possible, 100%.
Yeah, and that's all the questions.
All right. Well, listen, folks, heed my words, please, because Marina, David, this guy, Greg, Arne, and the rest of us, we want to get busy with it in that co-op 28, and we want to get busy with it in the co-op 280. And I'm going to tell you somebody else that wants to get busy with it in the co-op 28. Marina, do you know what has 2 thumbs and wants to get busy with it in the co-op 28?
I do.
This guy, exactly. Exactly. So come Saturday, we are locking it in on Saturday at approximately 9:30. Some minutes at like 9:30 or some minutes just after 9:30. We're locking it in. So get yourself locked in today or tomorrow, but make sure you get locked in before the 9 o'clock in the 9:30 in the morning. Also, remember, you got to renew your co-op 28. Don't just forget about your co-op. Sorry, renew your co-op 20. Because I've seen some people, and by the way, I got to bring this up. So we locked it so you can't withdraw and cause yourself to lapse in the co-op 20. We hold on to that money. You can turn it off if you want, but it doesn't make sense. But we locked it so you couldn't turn it off. But we didn't lock it from allowing you to buy tokens. So some people bought tokens and used it to pay it forward without saving the $20 to keep in their wallet. Some people did that. So you want to check that out and make sure that that didn't happen to you, and get yourself locked in and make sure that you have locked in. Can I upgrade in? Somebody's saying, can I upgrade in another team? No, this is your team, right? So you're with a team, and if you want to go to another team, it's your choice, but you got to start all over again. And I can tell you that if you do go to another team, doesn't make it any better for you. If you did nothing with a great team and you do nothing with another great team, it still adds up to nothing, right? So it's up to you how your team builds and how your income builds. So moving to another team doesn't necessarily mean that you're going to get a greater income. So listen, work with your team. And the thing is that no matter where you are in the cooperative, I'm helping people. Marina's helping people. We're all helping people. So you've got the help and support that you need no matter where you are. So, you know, as that song said, love the one you're with. So anyways, with that note, thank you, Greg. Thank you, Miss Marina. Thank you, Arne. And folks, let's get busy with it. We'll hear you all on Saturday. So there's not going to be an 8 o'clock call tonight because there's no need. We'll hear you all on Saturday. We've got lots to share with you on Saturday. Don't come alone. Let's get busy with it. Bye, everybody.
Thank you. Bye.
Thank you.